Around 7000 BCE, early farmers migrated from Anatolia to Crete. These migrants established Neolithic communities on the island. They constructed basic dwellings using locally sourced stone. These early settlers engaged in fundamental agricultural practices. Herding was also a key component of their early economy and lifestyle. Around 3500 BCE, new technologies began to appear in Minoan society. These technologies likely originated from the Cyclades in Egypt. The Minoans adopted the practice of working with bronze. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, creating a stronger metal. This new material allowed for the creation of more durable tools. Bronze also enabled the production of more effective weapons. The early Minoan period saw the rise of distinctive pottery styles. Minoan artisans also excelled in creating exquisite jewelry. These crafts represent a significant cultural shift in Minoan society. The production of pottery and jewelry indicates technological advancements in the early Minoan period. Small settlements, such as Knossos, began to increase in importance. Phaistos similarly experienced a growth in prominence. These settlements evolved into power centers. Local chieftains established control over these centers. Concentration of wealth further solidified their importance. Around 2000 BCE, construction commenced on the first palace complexes. This marked the beginning of the proto-palatial period in Minoan civilization. The construction signified a major architectural transformation on Crete. The Palace of Knossos became a central hub of Minoan culture and administration. The palaces functioned as key hubs for economic activity. They also served as religious centers for the society. The palaces were the administrative centers. The structure, built around a central courtyard, reflects a secure, sea-powered society. The intricate design of palace interiors often features complex layouts. These layouts include winding corridors, stairways, and numerous rooms. This complex architectural style can be described as labyrinthine. The labyrinthine structure of palaces is reminiscent of the Greek myth of the labyrinth. The myth likely draws inspiration from the confusing and intricate layouts of actual palaces. Palaces utilized extensive storage systems to manage resources. Large storage jars, known as pithoi, were essential for storing goods. Olive oil, wine, and grain were commonly stored in these jars. This system facilitated the collection and redistribution of wealth. The palace played a central role in economic activities. The Minoans developed advanced aqueduct systems for water management. These systems provided fresh water to palaces and urban centers. The Minoans also implemented drainage systems to manage wastewater. Terracotta pipes were a key component of these systems. These engineering feats demonstrate the Minoans' technological prowess. Minoan ships controlled key trade routes in the eastern Mediterranean. This maritime dominance established a Minoan thalassocracy. The Minoans developed strong commercial connections with Egypt. They also established trade ties with the Levant and Anatolia. The Minoans engaged in extensive trade networks throughout the Mediterranean. They were known for exporting high-quality pottery, showcasing their artistic skills. Saffron, a valuable spice and dye, was a key export commodity for the Minoans. Olive oil and wine, staples of the Minoan diet and economy, were also exported. Luxury crafts, indicative of Minoan craftsmanship, were traded for valuable resources. In return, the Minoans imported gold, copper, ivory, and other exotic goods to enrich their society. Palace walls often feature frescoes, a technique of mural painting on freshly laid lime plaster. These frescoes commonly depict nature scenes, reflecting a reverence for the natural world. Common motifs include marine life, such as dolphins, and flora, such as lilies. The presence of these frescoes indicates a deep appreciation for the beauty and tranquility of nature. Frescoes serve as both decoration and a medium to express cultural values and artistic skill. Frescoes depict slender, graceful figures in motion. The bull-leaping fresco is a prominent example of this art. The scene likely represents a ritual or acrobatic sport. It showcases the dynamic poses characteristic of these frescoes. Minoan fashion is characterized by distinct styles for men and women. Women typically wore elaborate, layered dresses, reflecting a sophisticated aesthetic. Men often wore simple loincloths or kilts, emphasizing practicality and comfort. Both genders adorn themselves with intricate jewelry, showcasing status and artistry. Minoan religion prominently features the worship of fertility and nature. A central figure in this religion is a powerful mother goddess. The mother goddess is often depicted with snakes or animals, symbolizing her power. The snake goddess figurines are representative icons of this Minoan religious belief. Religious rituals are often conducted in peak sanctuaries. Peak sanctuaries are typically located on mountaintops or in sacred caves. These rituals frequently incorporate bull symbolism. The bull may represent strength, fertility, or other culturally significant concepts. Linear A was developed by the Minoans. It is classified as a syllabic writing system. The primary function of Linear A was for administrative record-keeping. Linear A was used to manage and track resources. Despite scholarly efforts, Linear A remains undeciphered to this day. The inability to decode Linear A presents a challenge to understanding Minoan society. The volcanic eruption on the island of Thera triggers a series of catastrophic events. The eruption generates massive tsunamis that radiate outwards from the island. These tsunamis strike the northern coast of Crete with devastating force. Coastal agricultural lands are inundated and severely damaged by the tsunami waves. The destruction of agriculture leads to widespread food shortages and economic disruption. The eruption also causes significant climate disturbances due to the release of volcanic gases and ash. The Thera eruption caused widespread ashfall across eastern Crete. This ash blanketed the landscape, significantly altering the environment. The thick layer of ash had a devastating impact on agriculture. The ash compromised soil, fertility, and plant growth. As a result, agricultural activities were severely crippled. The effects of the eruption persisted for years, hindering recovery. The Thera eruption weakened Crete significantly. Mycenaeans from mainland Greece invaded Crete. Alternatively, the Mycenaeans may have taken over Crete politically. This takeover marked a significant shift in power dynamics in the region. Around 1450 BCE, a significant event occurred in Minoan history. Nearly all Minoan palaces were violently destroyed. The palaces were then abandoned, except for the palace at Knossos. This event signifies a shift in power dynamics during that era. Knossos came under the control of the Mycenaeans. The Mycenaeans introduced Linear B for administrative purposes. This marked a shift in the cultural landscape of Knossos. Administrative practices were altered to align with Mycenaean systems. The adoption of Linear B reflects these administrative changes. Mycenaean culture introduced distinct changes in burial customs. These shifts reflected evolving societal values and artistic preferences. A key aspect of this transformation was a heightened focus on warfare. This emphasis is evident in the emergence of warrior graves. Warrior graves are characterized by the inclusion of weapons and military equipment. These burial sites provide insights into the Mycenaean reverence for military prowess. Around 1375 BCE, the Palace of Knossos was destroyed by fire. The burning marked a significant event in Minoan history. The destruction signified the end of Minoan palatial power. Knossos was the last major Minoan palace to fall. The event represents a turning point in the region's political landscape. The fire effectively ended a long era of Minoan dominance. In the early 20th century, Sir Arthur Evans led excavations at Knossos. The excavation uncovered a vast palace complex. Evans named the civilization Minoan after the mythical king Minos. This rediscovery brought the Minoan civilization to light. The palace complex revealed advanced architectural and artistic achievements. The excavation significantly contributed to our understanding of early Aegean cultures.